you guys hear me okay? Uh, hi. What countries are you guys joining from? I'm really interested to know.
Hi.
Hi. Let's see. Can everyone hear me clearly? Just gonna check to make sure. Okay. I think we're good to get started. Joining from Boston. How exciting. Oh my gosh. All right. HerWILL team, are we ready? Oh, I forget that it does that every single time. Okay, so welcome in everyone. I am so excited to have you all join us today. Today is such a wonderful time. It's a time of celebration. I am so proud of you guys and the hard work that you've done. We're celebrating the end of not only the workshop series, but the hard work that you guys have put in so far, and hearing your presentations, and of course, announcing a winner at the end. Um, so far, oh, more people joining in from their various countries. I just want to once again go over our rules that we start every single meeting with. We're very glad to have you all here. If you guys could please join camera if you're able to, for as long as you're able to. I understand that you all have issues with connection sometimes, but anytime we can see your faces is a good time. So please join us on camera. Another thing I want to mention is to please respect each other as each other presents. And then, of course, respect our distinguished speakers who will be joining us today. As long as we do that, keep ourselves muted and keep our cameras on, we should be having a great session. Does anyone have any questions for me before we get started? I'll give you all a second.
If all the presenters are here already,
Is that everyone presenting that's joined us today?
there should be 6 people. And if we could do a quick name check, Tahia, if you don't mind doing that, that would be great.
Um, we have Raihan Chaudhuri, Abdul Muid, Nilima Preeti, Jawa Habib, Eva Safie. I can see all of them on the screen, and these are our top 6 performers. So um, they are
You've
there.
seen all 6?
Yes, I can see 5 of them on screen.
Perfect. All right. Is that
Yes, there are top 5, like 5 performers already have joined.
okay? Are we gonna wait a little longer or should we just go ahead and
Just wait 2 minutes. I would ask to wait 2 minutes, if that's okay with everyone. And meanwhile, Mukadsa, if you don't mind, stop the recording now and start it when we formally start. Ready?
all right. Well, I'm so excited to have you all here and now to finally get started. Once again, if we can just go over our rules one more time, please be on camera for as long as you can. If not, I completely understand, but I'm hoping to see your faces as others present. Please respect the other presenters and respect each other. Make sure that we can have a very good, peaceful mission. And then finally, please respect our distinguished speakers who will be here today joining us. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and get started. So first thing I want to showcase is this wonderful video that we have. And I'll be sharing my screen. Please, everyone, let me know that you can see my screen.
That works.
All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and get started.
Have you ever thought about what powers the digital world? What drives innovation? Starting from self-driven cars to AI that predicts healthcare outcomes? Well, the answer is data science and artificial intelligence, fields that are shaping our future. But here's the catch. Less than 15% of professionals working in these fields globally are women. And for marginalized youth, the representation is far more disheartening. And that's where HerWILL comes in. What do we do?
We are not just closing the gender gap, we are erasing it. Our mission is clear to empower women, girls, marginalized youth to become leader in data science and AI, ensuring they play a pivotal role in shaping the future of technology.
But why data science and AI? These are the fields that are driving the future. By the year 2030, it is expected that AI will be adding 15.7 trillion US dollars to the global economy. That is far more than the GDP of China and India combined. At HerWILL, we want to make sure that the voices driving this growth are diverse, inclusive, and innovative. We're just not teaching tech skills. We're creating an ecosystem where everyone can thrive, regardless of their gender or background. Our programs are changing life globally, offering tools, mentorships, and opportunities that can truly make a difference. Let's talk about our datathons. Imagine hundreds of brilliant minds coming together to solve real-world challenges using data. This datathon is not your average hackathon. Participants tackle issues like climate change, healthcare disparities, and social justice, all through the lens of data science and AI. Many participants don't just compete, they walk away with career-changing connections and, for some cases, job offers. We're giving you the opportunity to make an impact from day one. These workshops provide us with hands-on skill in machine learning, AI ethics, and big data, which empowers participants to take their first step into these fields.
And there is our internship program. It's not about passive learning. Internet HerWILL work on real-world projects, often alongside industry experts. Here is the best part. Many of them stay on with us to become a part of HerWILL team, continues to grow and drive meaningful change.
We're building more than just technical skills. We're cultivating leaders. Our leadership programs are designed to empower women and marginalized youth to not just break into the tech industry, but to lead it. From training in public speaking and decision-making to networking with top executives, we give our participants the tools they need to thrive in boardrooms and beyond.
And because no one should go on this journey alone, we created our mentorship program. We connect our participants with industry leaders, career coaches, and technical experts. And our mentors don't just guide, they champion, and they make sure that our participants can take on any opportunity that comes their way. So why women, girls, and marginalized youth? Because the future is too important to be built by just a select few. And when we invest in diversity, we invest in innovation. And when we empower underrepresented voices in tech, we are building a future that works for everyone.
What kind of impact does HerWILL have on people's lives?
My name is Jasmine Demai, and for the last 2.5 years, I've had the honor and the privilege of serving alongside the HerWILL team. The skills I've learned at HerWILL, I use daily in my work with the United States government. I could tell you all about the professional skills I've learned, how to speak publicly, how to present myself in a professional setting, how to create a presentation, but talking about those skills would be leaving behind the most important things I've learned. At HerWILL, I've learned confidence. I've gained the confidence to advocate for myself and to push myself to achieve more than I ever thought was possible. At HerWILL, I have a community. I have a group of women who are pushing me further than I ever thought I could go, who are encouraging me to do more, read more, educate myself more. And that is an amazing place to be. Another wonderful part of HerWILL is that I found purpose in the work that I do. The HerWILL team is working around the clock. I'm talking across countries, continents, time zones to produce new ways to help women in need. And in doing this, I found a purpose. I feel like I'm a part of something greater than myself. I love the work I do at HerWILL. I love that I have the opportunity to be something greater than myself and to apply to this mission. And that is probably the greatest gift HerWILL has ever given me.
HerWILL, where we are not just coding the future, we are rewriting it. Want to be a part of the revolution? Join us today.
Wow, how exciting. That was so wonderful. And I'm so happy with the HerWILL team that worked so hard on that video. Um, Without much further ado, I want to bring our distinguished founder to the stage to say a few words. Farhana, if you could please join us and just let us hear your thoughts.
Hi, my name is Farhana Hassan. We have founded this amazing organization that you just got a glimpse of for about 4 years ago in 2020 during the pandemic, and we have come this far with your help, and we have just concluded one of our signature events that we do mostly in collaboration with our amazing partners at Georgia State, AI for advances in optimization. And thank you for all the help that you've done. We have done a series of 4 workshops, amazing workshops that you have led, and also the Datathon. And particularly this Datathon has made me tremendously proud because it has been an in-house effort made by our own team, led by Arnav and Sayara Mahmood, that you'll be able to see at the end of the session. And from the data set to the problem itself and what to do with the models and the problem solution has all been their brainchild. I cannot wait to see what we have to do, what we're going to do together. So I just wanted to take a moment to thank our country leads. This particular event has been amazing for many reasons. We have always had a great global reach, and this time we had about 826 participants in and out who showed their interest, built awareness, and also participated actively in our datathon and the workshops. So, but this wouldn't have been possible without the help of our country leaders from Egypt, Syria, Bangladesh, and Pakistan and India. So we've had the foremost participating countries in respectively are Syria, Bangladesh, Egypt, and United States, followed by India. So, which consisted of about 10 other countries with 171 universities around the world. So it's been an amazing event. So with this collaboration, we did not just build individual skill sets, but a collective solution that's going to be a global community of data scientists and AI specialists that are going to change the way we work and look at the world and change world's problems, from global health to climate to gender equality. So we're going to look at gender equality in particular from the AI skill sets, because believe it or not, we're on the precipice of a world of the technology era that's going to change the way we work and live. In a few months and years, our lives will be significantly different from the way we develop and utilize the AI skill sets. So as our video showed us, we also have multiple other programs in internships, leadership development, and mentorship programs, in addition to have our worldwide experts teaching us AI and data science skills, building that awareness and making such an amazing skill set available and accessible and inclusive to all. So with that, I also want to thank our unbelievable set of judges who have kindly agreed to judge our winners this morning. So they are going to be here and they will say a few words so I won't steal the thunder from them. And thank you so much for everyone, from the participants to our incredible team in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in Syria, in Egypt, in the US. Thank you. And we couldn't go anywhere without you again. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Farhana, for your kind words. Now I'm going to go ahead and introduce our country leads and have them say a few words. I'd first like to introduce Dr. Aya Mohammed. She is our MENA region lead, that is including the Middle Eastern regions and, of course, North Africa. Dr. Mohammed, I'd love to hear your words.
I may be having some internet issues. So if we can go with Rania and wait for when she joins, we can ask her back in.
Sure, no worries. All right, if you guys could also help me in introducing our country leader of Egypt, Dr. Rania Amir.
Thank you. Thank you, Yasmina. Thank you, Farhana, for introducing me. I'm really thrilled attending this day. So it's finally after the workshop and all the efforts that have been used, all the like 1 month maybe, or maybe more. Is correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I think we started 1 month ago. So now we are gaining all the achievements today. So yeah, really my name is Rania. I'm a university professor in environmental biotechnology. I'm the HerWILL Egypt country leader. Yes, I just want to thank everybody who spent time for organization of this workshop and this day, and for all the trainees, and of course the support that we got from the instructors and judges today. So thank you so much. I would like to see you again in other workshops and joining HerWILL in different levels. So thank you, Farhana.
Thank you so much. And now I'm going to introduce Carol Zakor to the stage. Carol is our country leader in Syria.
Hello, everyone. I'm Carol Zahour from Syria. I'm the country manager for HerWILL. First of all, I want to thank the whole team for their efforts, the instructors, and everyone who participated in making this program successful. And then I want to thank all the participants for their active participation through the whole program. And I want to tell them, even though you didn't win today, you are winners in our eyes, and we will always support your learning journey. So I wish you best of luck today, and try your best to enjoy the event. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Carol. Next, I want to go ahead and introduce our country leader from Bangladesh, Tahia Islam. Tahia, if you could speak, please.
Hello, everyone. Am I audible? Okay, so before saying some things about myself, I really want all of you to give a round of applause for all of you, the supervisors, the instructors, the country leads, the HerWILL team, the participants. This event together, day and nights, matching all our different time zones. So a big round of applause to all of you. This is Tahia Islam. I am the country manager from Bangladesh, and I have been working alongside Sayara Mahmoud, Nurjahan, Mukadza, Yasmina, Raima, and under the guidance of Farhana Hassan. And I am really happy that this time our Datathon, and we can very proudly say that this time our Datathon has been truly a global event, and everybody gets a credit for that. So I am very excitedly looking forward to see the top 3 winners. And without further ado, I will just hand over the floor to Yasmina to continue. And I hope that you guys enjoy the closing ceremony as much as we enjoyed preparing for it. So thank you.
Thank you, Tahia. Now I will be introducing our distinguished judges. So in order of how they're presented to me, I will now be introducing Reem Kir. He is an assistant professor at the Edwardson School of Industrial Engineering at Purdue University.
Dr. Reed is a she, and she is going to join us.
The lovely Professor Kier, if you could please join us on screen.
She will be joining us at 12.
All right, later on. From there, we're going to have Dr. Kevin Delmeyer. He's a senior research associate at the H. Milton Stewart School at Georgia Tech, which is the General University School of Industrial and Systems Engineering at Georgia Tech. So, Kevin, if you could join us on screen and say a few words.
Yes, thank you so much, Yasmina. I'm super excited to be here. Like Yasmina said, I'm a researcher at Georgia Tech in the US. I also work for this institute, the AI Institute for Advances in Optimization. And I think I want to echo what Farhana said earlier. AI is really changing the world, and we need everybody to help us do that. At the Institute, we're using AI, for example, to to make power systems more efficient and more resilient, more sustainable, so we can actually have zero emission power systems. We do similar things for transportation, for mobility, for supply chains, making sure these things actually keep operating and that we can solve some of the largest challenges out there. But we can't do that by ourselves. We need everybody to get involved. And that's why I'm so excited to see all of you here. I really want to congratulate all of the team here and everybody you've just seen. Again, an amazing datathon. The data set is absolutely unique. So many people participated. And I want to congratulate all of you for participating and showing what you've got and really taking that first step, being part of the HerWILL community. So I'm very happy to be a part of this celebration today and very much looking forward to your presentations. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. That was wonderful. Now we're moving on to Dr. Yusuf Sadiq, Associate Professor at the Computer Science and Engineering Department at Brack University. Dr. Sadiq, if you could please join us on screen.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, this is Farid. I'm an associate professor of computer science at Brack University. I work in natural language processing mostly and applied machine learning. Yeah, it's a wonderful initiative, and I'm here because of one of my students actually. Raima was my student at Brack University, and she introduced me to this and got me on board. I would like to thank her so very much. And yeah, congratulations to everyone who's here, and hoping for a very nice presentation session.
Thank you so much. Now we're moving on to Dr. Paul Gerges, Associate Professor at the Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research Center at UC Berkeley. Dr. Gerges, if you could join us.
Hi, yeah, thank you, Yasmina, for the introduction. I'm Paul Grigas. I'm a faculty member here at UC Berkeley, and also I am a part of the AI Institute for Optimization that Kevin is part of, that is partnering with HerWILL. So thank you all for organizing this excellent event. You have all done the hard work, and we get to do the fun work of judging the competition. So thank you all for putting this together. And I also will echo what Kevin said. So I think I myself teach data science and machine learning classes as well, and I think one of the major themes that I try to convey when I teach is that there's more problems in AI and machine learning that need solving than there are people currently to solve them. So all the more people who are skilled and talented and can help addressing the world's challenges with these tools, the better. So this is a wonderful initiative, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all of your excellent work.
Thank you so much. And last but not least, of course, we have Dr. Hussain. Dr. Hussain, if you could join us on screen and share a few words.
Hello, everyone. My name is Intekab. I'm also here because I was fortunate to meet Raima during my PhD that I recently just completed from Harvard. Currently, I work in leading a data science team for a healthcare consulting company in Boston. We work mostly in the space of genomics and also sometimes with healthcare records. Trying to improve health outcomes, working a lot with marginalized populations, actually. So it's in a way, like philosophically, it's relevant to what HerWILL is doing. I want to say that I think I'm really excited to be here today, and also I'm really excited to be part of something that is associated with HerWILL. It's been very inspiring and fascinating to see not how fast this organization has grown, but also how meaningfully it has grown. And I think that's also echoed by the fact that the theme of this Datathon is also so meaningful. So one thing that's really missing in AI or machine learning research right now is application to meaningful problems and not just things that are, let's say, economics driven. And I think that's something that I have a lot of respect for HerWILL and pushing forward in that aspect. So yeah, I'm super excited to see all the work.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hussain. Congratulations on completing your PhD program again. All right, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start our presentations. So whoever wants to join us on screen first and lead us through their work. I'm very excited to see it. Should I pick people? Or will you all volunteer?
I think we should just pick people. And
Go
it could alternate the countries.
All right. Whoever wants to. Tahia, if you would like to put someone on the spot, that would be great for us. Ibo, would you be willing to go first? We'll see.
Is Jawa one of the participants? Jawa Habib?
All right. It's all yours. The floor is yours.
Jawa, go ahead and start. Thank you so much for volunteering. You get extra credits for that.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and spotlight you for everyone.
I just need to share my screen for the presentation, please.
Farhana, if you could grant her permissions, please.
Yeah, it's done. Hello, everyone. I'm Jawa Habib. I'm an undergraduate student from Syria. I'm studying robotics and intelligent systems engineering. And now I'll be presenting my solution to the HerWILL Datathon. First, I will start with a quick overview of the Datathon. The problem was a multi-class text classification based on gender bias. The provided dataset was consisting of training dataset that consisted of 7,000 labeled messages. The labels were numeric, where 0 stands for text being biased against male, 1 against female, and so on. The testing dataset was 3,000 unlabeled messages. For the evaluation, a custom metric was provided. It combines the F1 score and the number of parameters of the used model, with weighting factor of 60% for reducing the number of parameters and 40% for increasing the F1 score. Now I'll be moving to my solution. Based on the small size of the provided dataset and the allocated time for the datathon, I decided to go with fine-tuning a pre-trained model rather than building a model from scratch. So I started searching for pre-trained model while being concerned about reducing the number of parameters while keeping a good accuracy. So I ended up comparing between these 3 models. The first one was Albert-based version 2. Its number of parameters was around 8 million. Then the TinyBird by Huawei, its NOP was around 5 million. And finally, Tiny Albert by Hugging Face, its NOP was around 16,000. Then I just made this workflow for all the pre-trained models. First, I split the dataset into training and validation sets. Then I applied tokenization using the pre-trained model. After that, for choosing the hyperparameters, I've done an optimization approach using Optuna for deciding the learning rate, warm-up steps, weight decay, and train patch size and eval patch size. The objective function for the optimization, I've set it to the F1 NOP metric presented by the competition. Then I trained the model on the chosen hyperparameters. and I applied an early stopping approach here. Finally, I tested the training model on the testing dataset provided by the HerWILL team. Here, I'll be presenting the results of the three models. As we can see for Albert Bayes version 2 and Tiny Bird, the F1 NOP score were very close. It was around 0.62, but for Tiny Albert, it was better. It was around 0.77. So I decided to go with fine-tuning Tiny Albert, and here is the graph of training loss. The y-axis stands for the training loss, and the x-axis stands for the logging steps. As we can see, there is some ups and downs in the graph. This is due to the small batch size decided by the Optuna approach. And in my opinion, Optuna chose this small batch size due to the small size of the training dataset. So if we had a bigger size of the dataset, the graph would be smoother. To summarize, Tiny Albert showed better performance than the other two presented models in terms of the F1 NOP score. In my opinion, the accuracy for this model can be improved by applying a data augmentation approach. And if more data was available, building a specified model for gender bias from scratch is worth trying. Thanks for listening, and I just want to note that I would go in more details, but the time was restricted to 5 minutes. And I want to thank the HerWILL team for this great opportunity, because I didn't have any idea about large language models before their workshop. So thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for your incredible presentation. All right, everybody. Who wants to go next?
No, we're asking questions, so the judges will ask 5 minutes of Q&As.
Yeah. All right, prepare to be put on the spot. Good luck.
Can I ask about how long it took to run these models? So the computational effort required to train your models?
Actually, the most time was during the optimization process. It took around 1.5 hours. My computer don't have a GPU, so I just used the Colab free GPU.
Which model was the longest to run? The biggest one, or?
Yeah, the Albert Bayes version 2.
Got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
I can ask a question too. First of all, nice presentation. Thank you so much. And great work. I'm very curious because you already gave some hints of how you could even improve further, right? If you had more time and more resources. And one of the things you mentioned was data augmentation. Well, what would that look like? What's there to augment that you could think would help you do even better?
I think maybe generating more text that have gender bias in it, and that is more complicated, not just too straightforward, would make a robust model more than the resulting one.
Okay, great answer. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll ask a quick one as well. My question is about the F1 number of parameters cost function that you were given. If you recall, in that cost function, it's like 40% of the weight is on the F1 score and 60% is on the number of parameters. And this is maybe, I guess, maybe a bit of an out of the box question, which is, do you agree with that distribution of weights, or as in, like, yeah, do you agree with that, or do you think this could have been improved?
I think it depends on the use of the model. If we want to use to produce a robust model, no matter how much time it needs to give an answer, so we can give more weighting for the F1 score. But if we care about real-time implementation, and the resources is very important for us, then the NLP could have more weighting than the F1 score.
Okay, well, good job. All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll just ask a very quick question. About the hyperparameters that you used for Tiny Albert, can you share those with us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just can you tell me what was the learning rate and how many epochs? I could say like you ran it for like 30 epochs or something, but you said you used early stopping. So what was the patience, that sort of things?
Since there's an ups and downs in the graph, so I decided to put patience of 10, and finally it stopped after 15 epochs. The x-axis in the graph is around 50 because it's drawn according to these logging steps, not the number of epochs.
Got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Do our judges have any more questions?
I think it's a very clear story. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
for
much.
your time.
Really amazing. We're blown away. Appreciate you. Thanks.
Great work. All right, now we're going to move on to Raihan. Raihan, are you ready to present? All right, you can go ahead. The floor is yours.
Distinguished judges, esteemed guests, and fellow participants, I would like to begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to HerWILL for providing me with this opportunity to showcase my work at the AI for Equality Datathon 2024. I am Mohammad Rahan Chaudhary, and today I'll be presenting Bias Detect, a tool that detects gender bias in text. Gendered language can reinforce stereotypes even if it is unintended. Bias Detect aims to identify these biases in text passages, helping organizations to create fair and inclusive content. This model I used is both small and efficient, making it suitable for real-time applications across various platforms. The model is designed to be simple yet effective with only 11 trainable parameters. The neural network has only one hidden layer with a single neuron, which uses a sigmoid activation function. This design keeps the model lightweight and efficient. The model processes a variety of features and predicts one of the four classes: male bias, female bias, non-binary bias, and neutral. Principal component analysis is used to reduce the input features to two main components, focusing on the most informative parts of the data. This step helps make the model more efficient without sacrificing accuracy. The model uses three main types of features: keywords and phrase counts. This counts specific gender related words like he, she, or non binary across classes, helping detect biased language patterns. Sentimental polarity measures the tone of the text, either positive, neutral, or negative, as different biases might carry different tones. Top n-grams by class uses RTF, IDF to highlight important words or phrases in each class. For example, class 0 may have words like male, while class 1 has words like female. Each of these features helps the model understand the text better, enabling it to spot potential biases. Cross entropy is used as a loss function, and Adam optimizer is used to ensure smooth convergence. The final model achieves a validation accuracy of 82.50% and an F1 score of 81.94%, showing its effectiveness. Now, let's look at the model's performance during training. The training loss and validation loss the training loss versus validation loss graph shows that the loss decreases over time, meaning the model is learning effectively and generalizing well without overfitting. The F1 score by epoch graph shows that the F1 score increases as the model trains, showing improvement in correctly classifying biased and unbiased passages. These results confirm the model's accuracy in detecting bias. The confusion matrix shows high accuracy, especially in detecting classes with balanced performance across all classes. This confirms that the model can effectively distinguish between different types of biases and neutral contents. In summary, BiasDetect is an efficient tool with only 11 parameters, making it practical for real-time use. Future, future enhancements include adding more language features and addressing any data imbalance. BiasDetect can help organizations ensure their content is inclusive by detecting gender bias early. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
What's your F1 NOP? You have not presented that number.
My F1 NOP is about 0.92, I believe.
And what do you think? Why is it so high? Like, do you have any insights for it?
It's high because I used a custom model and I reduced the parameters drastically to get a high F1 knob.
Yeah, I think the second one is the most likely scenario. You have
Yes,
like
11
an
parameters.
amazingly small number of parameters, like
Yes.
11 parameters. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I'm very curious how you ended up with this model. Were there other things you tried that didn't work? Was this the first thing you tried and just worked really well? Can you walk us through that process a little bit?
Well, my first thought was that the F1 NOP the F1 NOP motivates us to use as less parameters as possible. So using a pre-trained model won't generate that much high F1 knob. So I thought of using a custom parameter, and also if I increase the number of layers of a custom model, so if I increase the number of layers of my model, it would just increase the parameters. So that's I just targeted with the smallest number of small number of layer in my neural network, and it just worked.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I have a follow-up question to that. And in a way, it ties to the question that I asked earlier, right? Where there's like this 60% weight on the number of parameters. It's a hypothetical question, which is that, if these things were flipped, if you had only like 40% weight on the number of parameters and 60% on the accuracy, would that have encouraged you to try something different?
Yes, of course. So in my initial process, I did a lot of data analysis. I looked for specific keywords in my data set. So if the number of parameters were not in the option, I would have gone for a better neural network model, and they would have done a better feature selection approach to increase the accuracy.
I see. Okay. All right.
So, because I had the same questions as others, I'll ask another follow-up, which pushes it even further. So, my question is, what do you think is the reasoning behind including the 60% weight on number of parameters in this performance metric? What are some of the motivations for that? And do they make sense in this application?
I think in reducing the number of weights with a 60% weight on the number of parameters, I think reducing the number of parameter would make the model more lightweight, which can be used in applications for for which can be easily used in applications.
So is it a interpretability or computational advantage, or
It's
both?
more computational.
Computational for a lightweight model. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had one last question for Ryan, and the reason I'm asking is it's just very interesting work. You used a single layer neural network with a sigmoid activation function.
Yes.
What is the difference between the model you used and a logistic regression?
Well, logistic regression is a linear line. It's a linear difference between two inputs. My model is a multi-class text classification. Uh, there's not much difference. It does work in the same way. Now that I can think of it, yeah, it does work in the same way. It's just a sigmoid activation function. That's
I see.
not much difference.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thanks for
Is it a
explaining.
sigmoid activation function or a softmax activation function? It's a multi-class classification model, right?
I used a sigmoid activation function.
For the
I see.
final,
You used many sigmoids, right?
Yes.
vector sigmoids? No.
Sorry?
Oh, you used banks of sigmoids, like multiple sigmoids for 4 classes, 4 sigmoids. Okay.
Yeah, because you're trying to classify something into 4 different categories,
Yes.
right? So you need 4. Yeah.
6, yes.
Got it. Okay. Cool. All right. Thanks for explaining.
Thank you so much.
We're asking quite hard technical questions here. I love it.
Great job.
Yeah, these are the finalists after all.
Exactly.
Okay, you can go ahead and stop sharing your screen. Iba, please be ready to present next.
I can see the slides, but I don't hear anything. Might be my problem.
I'm having the same issue.
Iba may not be on. She may be muted.
Iba, are you having connection issues?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. My name is Siba Safia. I am studying IT at Aram International University in Syria. So let's start with my presentation, Gender Bias Project. Introduction to gender bias. The aim to tackle the critical issue of gender bias in text by developing a deep learning model capable of accuracy and efficiency classifying gender bias. Gender bias can be appear in various forms, affecting individuals across the gender spectrum, including male, female, and non-binary individuals. AI model steps. First, model selection. Second, model training. In the end, model evaluation. Let's move to model selection. Problem solving. The challenge in this competition is not only to build a model that detect bias, but also to ensure that it works efficiently, accuracy with performance. A key difficulty in evaluation lie in optimize the number of parameters in the model while achieving the highest possible results. The task is to develop a pre-trained model with fine-tune. To select model, I choose BERT model. We have several versions of BERT model like BERT Base and BERT Lar and Alberta. So however, I have chosen tiny BERT with 400,000 parameter. Evaluation method of the project. First, F1 score. In the second, validation loss and training loss. In the end, number of parameters. Evaluation. I make 15 epoch with this value. In the first training to build model, sorry, we have 1.3 in training loss, 0.6 in validation loss, F1 0.8. But when training the model, I reached in the end to score 0.96 persistent. 96 persistent. It's a good value to train model. Uh, if you if you if you notice, validation training is decreased from 0.96 in validation loss to 0.13. I stopped in epoch 15 because if I complete, we have an issue is over fed because the model it's more training than recommended. So that is my presentation. But in the future world, I have 3 points: experiment with the largest model, collection and preparing a different high quality data set. Third, optimizing model architecture. So thank you for listening.
Thank you so much. Another beautiful presentation. Really appreciate it. You propose at the end we should do more work, collect a larger data set. Can you give us some guidance? How would we go about collecting the kind of data that could improve this model further?
Yet I think if you have more data set, the project maybe it's a better because
So, sorry, I interrupted you.
no problem. So I think the problem is make better than my project.
Okay, so do you think should we just get more data, more of the same, or is there something particular that you think we should focus on if we collect more data?
Yes, I think if we have collect more data, so the model can be strong.
Okay, clear point. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you, this was a very nice presentation. Thank you. Good work. Can you speak a little more about your final selection of the BERT V2 one that you chose? Were there others that you had considered and you had done any experimentation on? Or how did you ultimately come to the selection of that one? I cannot hear, sorry. Oh, okay.
Do you think why I choose tiny pair?
My question is, did you do some experimentation with other models as well? What was your ultimate criteria for the one that you selected?
Yes, I try many model like BERT Base and Alberta. I have more accuracy, but the number of parameter is more. It's like 4 million parameter.
Got it. So ultimately to too many parameters in the others. Okay.
Yeah.
I had perhaps a non-technical question, which is, in conclusion, from your results, what do you think was the biggest takeaway about gender bias?
Well, can you repeat your question?
Yeah, what did you learn about gender bias from doing this project?
Do you think if you select male or female in the model?
Yeah, or were there things that caused you to pick male over female or female over male?
The model is choose male or female from training, from the data set, from train. If the text have men, the model choose men.
I see. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Welcome.
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Any other questions from any of our judges?
All good on my side. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Eva.
Welcome.
All right. Nilima, you'll be presenting next.
Hello everyone. I'm Nilima Manjusha Preeti and I'm from Bangladesh. So my solution is gender bias classification with gated recurrent unit. The problem statement, this project aims to address gender bias in text data. The classification classes were male, female, non-binary, and neutral. And the training data set has 7,000 passages and 10 test data set has 3,000 passages. So my solution encompasses a modified gated recurrent unit model with an attention mechanism to classify gender bias in text. I have initially tried to do the custom pre-processing techniques other than the general techniques like tokenization, lemmatization, stemming, lower casing, that kind of technique. Then I used pre-trained fast text embeddings, which I reduced to 100 dimensions for representing the textual data and converting them into word embedding. Then they were processed by the gated recurrent unit layer for sequential understanding. Finally, I used cross entropy loss and optimized with Adam. So what I tried for pre-processing techniques is when the passages, we see the passages. So the most of the time, the initial lines always detects what is going to be the next. It sets the tone. So first, I tried to split it by the first sentence and remove the other ones. Then I tried some visualizations like which class is facing the most bias against them. Then I tried TF and IDF to and set a certain threshold. For instance, I set 0.0003, and under that threshold, I removed all the words for classifying a bit better. And then I tried to do word clouding for knowing further. Here are the results with GRU model, and a model comparison is shown with LSTM. So I chose GRU because it takes really less time for training the data, and we can see that LSTM is also taking around same time, but GRU has much more less parameters than LSTM, as it has only 2 gates and LSTM has 3 gates. Here is the comparison between GRU and LSTM. So finally, we can see that the GRU has around 2,600 something, and the number of parameters for LSTM is around much higher than 3,000. The distribution of prediction class for GRU is shown here. So in both train and test dataset, bias against female is much higher than the rest of the classes. And in train data, non-binary bias is higher than male, whereas the test data suggests the opposite. Now, some of the things I found is if we remove the low threshold words by calculating TF-IDF before performing the word embedding, that can increase the model performance. Then reducing the dimension of the word embedding can also increase the performance. And for improving my gender bias detection model, I want to employ transformer models like BERT, GPT-3 with hyperparameter tuning for better. Thank you.
So about your, sorry, should I ask the question?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for your future direction, you mentioned that you want to use a transformer model. What do you think if your performance metric is F1 NOP, should you even use any sort of transformer models? And my second question is, um, do you think you can use GPT-3 or this sort of large language models effectively to classify, the classify is the keyword here, to classify gender bias?
Yes, as we were given certain instructions like using profile for calculating the number of parameters. So with BERT models or GPT-3 models, we can see that there are millions of parameters. So I wanted to, for having the less parameters, I used GRU or LSTM. But if that constraint is removed, I would like to try transformer model. That is the answer of the first question. And the second question is, BART can be used with GPT-3. I think there should be a much hyperparameter tuning for getting it will get the accuracy, but the parameter count would be much, much, much higher.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I especially like all those results figures that you have. That's very cool. I'm curious if do you know of any cases where you misclassify? And do you have any sense of when your model is wrong in classifying?
I don't have any instance, but I can predict that when I think, as I said, that after the first sentence, I split the training data. So whenever there is a full passage and the tone set in the second sentence or the third sentence, then my model can misclassify.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. And do you see, this is a hard question. Do you see any ways you could counteract that and make sure it's right in those situations as well?
I can also, I think I can do, what I can do is much better pre-processing. Like I can develop a model which will calculate, which will certainly get the synonyms. And then with that synonym, actually there are many words which are negatives. Like in some cases, after the stemming, I see that in the front word, if there is male, female, or non-binary, and a middle word is struggle, then I removed the rest of the portion in the middle of the sentence, and just whenever I see that there is struggle word with female or male, that is the bias against that. So I think much rigorous pre-processing techniques would be needed for doing that.
That's very insightful. Thank you.
I can go next. Thank you, Rima, for the presentation. Can you tell us a little bit about the data that you're using for training? I'm not sure if you mentioned it earlier. That's question one. And question two, with this type of analysis, how do you see them, like their usefulness being used in different areas? Did you focus in a particular like domain, application domain, or was it that general? And that kind of link to the data that I'm asking about.
Actually, for the the data set about the training. The training data set was 7,000 passages. So in the first, I tried to get the insights by myself from the data set by reading it or by investing time. What can be the type of data set was it? Then I applied the custom pre-processing technique. And can I hear the second question again, please? Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, I'm asking a more bigger question. How do you think your results or the model is useful? How can it be used? So it's not really a technical question. How do you envision like your results could like help anyone like wanting to learn more about the gender bias?
I think my model actually performs okay. I think my model actually is for faster training mostly, and for capturing textual features, I use fast text embedding. So for knowing much about the my model, I think I have to introduce much better word embeddings or anything like that. I'm not sure that's the answer to the question.
The part of it is the visualization that you showed on slide 3, which was cool, right?
Yes,
Uh,
yes. How
yeah.
this can be this can be helpful for detecting the bias.
I mean, or like informing decisions somewhere, like changing something.
These things are changing. Like first, in this picture, you can see that this is a visualization for the training data set. So I tried to gain insights from it, like which of the gender is getting having more bias against it. Then with word cloud, I tried to see that like there is a here is the word non-binary, and individual word has come with it so many times. So I tried to see those sentences, and I saw that this by attaching individuals with non-binary, it is not doing many good. Then just increasing the word count. So I just removed that with custom stop words. So by word cloud, I tried to find it more like what of the words are coming more in the data set, but is not creating any value. And I certainly just removed that.
Thank you.
Nice presentation. I don't have any questions additionally, so thank you. Yeah.
Cool. I did have one question. So really nice presentation. Really liked all the visualizations. This again is like a hypothetical question. So imagine if like if you're running, let's say, a newspaper or a magazine, where would your model deciding to write publish those articles or not? How would something like this be useful for that process?
I think at first the news articles has the top line. So these are mostly clickbaits, or with the titles we can actually feel what's inside of it much. So I think if I take there are multiple newspapers, or a newspaper has multiple columns with gender bias passages, then my model can be applied better, as it takes the main sentences and tries to judge based on that.
Got it. Okay. All right, good answer. Thank you.
Does anyone else have any additional questions? All right, going once, twice.
I just wanted to interject for a second and introduce Dr. Reem here, who just joined us, one of the judges, and she's the one who has the larger applicability of the model.
Thank you, Farhana. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Dr.
We all did quick introductions earlier, so maybe it's only fair if you say something too, Reem.
All right.
Yes.
So my name is Reem. I'm an assistant professor in industrial engineering at Purdue University in the United States. My research interests are in the use of optimization and machine learning to solve supply chain and logistics problems.
Odd.
Originally from actually also I'm half Syrian, half Lebanese, so I'm very excited to be part of this competition.
Wow. Yes. And Dr. Kier is going to play a major role going forward with our Syrian counterparts and overall in the MENA region, hopefully.
Thank
you for joining, Dr. Kier.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. All right. If that's all the questions we have, we're ready for our next presenter. Moeed, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, the floor is yours. Good luck.
Thank you. I think my screen is visible to all of you. Um, Hello, everyone. Good day to you all. My name is Abdul Muid, and I will briefly tell you about the methodology and approach of my solution for HerWILL AI for Equality Datathon 2024. The tax of this datathon was gender biasness classifications. So initially, I understand the problem very precisely, and then I understand the data set. So as you can see, there are four classes: like class 0, class 1, class 2, and class 3. So class 1 represents the women biasness data. Class 0 represents the man biasness data, and class 2 represents the non-binary biasness data, and class 3 is neutral. So after analyzing this data, so I decided to first, then I processed the data. So in the data processing, I removed the stop words to reduce the noise and minimize the impact of frequently occurring non-informative words. Also, as you can see in the data set, in man biasness, there are mostly men, the word man, and in women biasness, there are mostly the word women. So I also try to generalize the model so that it does not classify a sentence having man word to man biasness. So I did not emphasize in those words, especially. So after processing the data, so I calculate the ideal norm, which should, so if we take f1 is equal to 1 and f1 of is equal to 1, the number of parameters is 10. So 10 number of parameters is ideal for this situation, but with P10 models, it is quite uncommon to have only 10 parameters. So based on that, I decided to use a custom model to build a model from scratch and use PCA to reduce the dimensionality to have least amount of features. Sorry, least amount of parameters. So this is my model architecture, final model architecture. So this is input, and then a fully connected layer, then a railway activation layer, then a dropout layer to reduce the overfitting, and then a softnet function to output. So these are the results. So the upper one is with number of parameters is equal to 8, and I have almost 75% F1. But if I take the number of parameters 16, then I get almost 80% F1. Uh, because in this competition, number of parameters has had more weights, so I choose the NOP is equal to 8. But the NOP is equal to 16 is a better result if you consider the F1 score. So thank you very much. Now, if you have any question, I would like to answer. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Very nice. I'm very curious what you see as potential next steps. What can we do even better in terms of building a better model and predicting better?
First of all, we need some varieties of data because you see in the neutral class, if I zoom in, there is no sentences like man, women, and non-binary. So if you really want to judge a model, you should have some words with men, women, and non-binaries in a sentence to really judge the model. If a model is really predicting a sentence, if with the word man, women, and non-binary. So I think that's a very concerning here. In the neutral sentences, we should you guys can increase variety in the class 3.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
I can go next. This is more of a general question. While you were doing the
Yes.
work, what do you think was the most challenging task? What was the hardest thing, whether to understand or to implement?
The most challenging part was about reducing the parameters. Uh, Frankly, I have never worked with such a lower parameters before, so it was very challenging for me. And creating a model from scratch, it was also challenging for me because I had to try different layers to get the better output again and again and with different parameters. So reducing the parameters was the most challenging part here for me.
Great, thank you.
I can go next. Can you tell us, if we just stay on the slide, can you tell us about what the features for this, what the input features were and how you came up with those features?
Uh, can I show my pull-up? That would be best. Or I can say it also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I did is I used TF-ID vectorization, which basically do is uh, score the words, how important that is relevant to my work. So
Got it. Yeah.
after vectorizing, then I reduce the dimension with PCA. Then the after reducing the dimension, I inputted those data in the model, and then model does the rest and gives me an output with softmax function.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
I'll ask a follow-up question. Do you think what do you think would be the potential value, but also potential cost, like the trade-off in considering a sequential model? So a model that like a transformer or LSTM or something that uses the sequence structure of the text data.
I did not use the sequence model. Although I tried different pattern models, but even it does not matter what you are using. If you are using a architecture, you need to build it from the scratch because you cannot use pretend models because that will have too much parameters. So yeah, that would be a good research say to see how this sequential model works on this data. I did not try it in my training, but I think it might work good.
I guess my question, thank you. I appreciate that's a good, I understand the reasoning. Thank you. And a good project. My question, I guess, is do you have a sense of, from your findings with what you have done, what would be your hypothesis? Is there a lot of value in trying that, or you think that a model based on on your current featureization is really strong?
I think my current futurization is good enough because if you really want to reduce the parameters, I have tried different things, but it works the best. So I think my current setting is good enough to work on.
Okay, makes sense. Thanks.
Thanks.
I think we're good on questions. I mean, so many good presentations so far, and really appreciate all the answers.
Thank you.
Great work. All right. Just to make sure, is our final finalist here? Ayala, are you here? I don't think she joined. All right then.
In that case, I'll just ask one follow-up question to
You
Mohit
got
here.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, sure.
So yeah, and then really, I'm asking this out of curiosity because your work is so interesting. If you go to if you go to slide 6, here, yeah, slide 6. So do you see how in both your plots the validation loss is lower than the training loss? So usually when you train a model for a while, after a point, you'll see the model starts to overfit and the validation loss is more than the training loss. That's when you know that you have to stop training your model. So
Yes, yes. I used early stopping. Yes.
I use okay. So do you think the reason why you're seeing validation loss being lower than training loss here is because you used early stopping? Could there be any other reasons?
No, there is also another reason. Because I use dropout layers. So what dropout layers do is it randomly drops some layers. So because of dropout layer, the training loss is a little bit higher than validation loss. That is
Mm,
also a reason for that.
got it. Yeah. You also have very few parameters, right? That's one thing to keep in mind as well.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for explaining. Good job.
Welcome.
Right. Thank you so much. Now, before we move on to
you.
deliberation, I want to open the floor to our MENA country lead, Dr. Aya Mohammed. Dr. Aya, if you could please get on screen and share a few words, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Yasmina. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to join you today. As we wrap up the incredible HerWILL final ceremony for the Datathon, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the whole the family of HerWILL, from sponsors, mentors, judges, of course, for this lovely night, and also for the organizers, the whole team for HerWILL, Farhana, of course, Tahiyya, Yasmina, Nurjihan, Rania, and Carol. I don't want to forget anyone, but all of you has done a great job. And has been finished today for this incredible ceremony. Also, I'd like to thank all the participants for their dedication and passion for these presentations, these lovely presentations that we see today. Thank you, all of you, and I can't express my gratitude and humble to be here with you today. Thank you, all of you, and it was a very, very lovely night for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful to hear from you. All right. Without further ado, I am going to allow the judges to deliberate. We'll hear from a couple people more towards the closing, but I am going to now put them into breakout rooms so that they may discuss. So if you just give me a moment. All right. And now I'll be adding them. Let's see. Just a few more moments. Thank you all for your patience. Okay. I need to add a few more to this room. Let's see.
Kevin, and Dr. Delmayer, Dr. Hussein, Dr. Kerr, and Regis.
Gotcha. I'm missing one person. I'm trying to find them. Okay. And last one.
Okay. We have a hard task ahead of us. I guess we'll
Oh.
see you all in a bit.
All right. Am I missing anyone?
Yes, Dr. Hussein is not in the
Yeah, I
room.
think, could you just assign me? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. Am I missing anyone else?
I don't think so. We're good.
Ooh, tough task.
Oh, wow. What an amazing job everyone has done. This has been mind-blowing. So, tell me, presenters, the top 6, how does it feel to be top 6? Can we hear from anyone? What do you
You guys
guys?
should be able to unmute and discuss.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can tell you guys, I was nervous.
Why were you nervous?
Just watching. They were asking such tough questions.
And we have incredible participants who know exactly what they're doing, and so I'm just gonna pick people to get. Did Raihan did present, correct? Hi, Raihan.
Hello.
How has the experience been for you?
It was my first datathon, not the first, my second, which I actually worked really hard for. So it was great.
Yeah? Were you already familiar with the concepts that we taught in the workshops, or they were brand new to you?
I have some experience over machine learning, so I did understand most of the tasks that were shown in the workshop, but it was still very informative.
Okay, awesome. And how long did it take for you to build your presentation?
It took me about a day because I knew most of the stuff, so it was all about the designs and creating the script for the presentation. So it was fun.
Awesome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for presenting. You did a great job.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Fatma Abdul Gawad, are you able to talk?
I think it's Abdul Muid. I think you meant me.
What happened?
No, I think I thought you pronounced Abdul something other than Muid.
Oh, okay. No, I was asking somebody else. But Muid, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us, how did it feel?
How did it go?
It was great. Actually, I never did any text processing work before, so it was my first time, and I had really fun because I got to learn about text processing and everything, and I did a really great job, I think. And yeah, I'm really happy with my work and the achievements I have got so far.
Wow. For your first time to end up in the top 6, that must have been very surprising, or at least very good feeling.
Yeah, yes, yes. That's very. I was very surprised and also happy at the same time. But I worked very hard for that, trying out different new things to get the better results.
Mm.
By the way, before hello everyone, I actually like secretly joined from my class. So so before like Farhana Apu goes further asking questions and their feedback from the participants, I think it would be helpful for Farhana Apu to give like a general feedback to all the participants as well in terms of presentation, how it can be improved and later utilize that for their future presentations as well. Because while HerWILL also focuses on data science and AI, leadership is also one of our core components. So for Hanapu, if you could give the participants a general feedback on how they could improve their presentations, that would be great.
Thank you so much, Raima. And everybody, if you didn't know Raima Islam is our global STEM lead. She is actually doing her computer science degree, a dual degree between Harvard and MIT at SEAS. So she is in Boston. She just came, and this is her first semester, and she's tackling everything really well. I'm proud of Raima. And so Raima, you asked a great question. So you guys have done an amazing job with the technicalities and the way you looked at the problems, you formulated you understood the problem statement and how you derived your conclusions. No questions there, and I'm not an expert, so I wouldn't go in there. But leadership and presentation, I felt everybody did a great job, but the ones on the camera, if I were one of the judges, of course, you understand that we have nothing to say to the judges, and we're not going to bias them at all. On camera makes a difference, okay? This is a global competition, and your presence and the way your body language, the way you communicate, that makes a huge difference. So that is number one. That please make an attempt to be on camera, especially on events like these. When you don't do that, it looks like you're not taking this event seriously. So I appreciate all the participants who presented on camera, showing your body language, showing your enthusiasm and understanding of the problem. So that is one thing. Second, we are on a mission to build the next generation of tech leaders. And as you know, our niche area is data science and AI, which is going to spike up tremendously in the next few years. And then it's going to go down in terms of workforce development and leadership. But so what do you have to do in the next 5 years? You have to learn as much as you can on the usage of AI tools and the development of the LLMs and the NLPs and the tweaking of the models that you just did. So it's going to be a very challenging few years for all of us, depending on where you are. America, of course, US and Europe will be ahead of everyone else in terms of the going up the curve and falling back. But other countries as well will see the ripple effect from all of it. Leadership, you will have teams of people that you're going to have to hire, retain, and develop. And that is something that we are going to focus on mostly next year, a lot more than we have done in the past. So that is going to be, so our team, I don't know if you guys know, our team is doing project-based work, project-based learning work. It's all experiential learning. Most of us did not know what we were doing before we joined HerWILL. We start out as participants that then go into being interns, and then go into being in the team, then team leads, and then country or global leads like Raima, Tahia, Nurjahan, Yasmina, everybody that you see have gone through, everybody you see has gone through the same path. So this is a great opportunity for you, all of you, to consider that. And this is, I tell people, I was having a conversation with one of our team members yesterday that I was telling her, this is one of the most immersive leadership experiences that you're going to get because you're going to be the ones doing it. So it's a boot camp, and we're not always the easiest ones to work with because we're very detail oriented and we want us to deliver quality work. So yes, all of it together will help you into being a great leader going forward. And I hope, Rama, answered your question. That was a great question. If you have anything else to add, that'd be great. And we'd love to learn what you've been learning so far. Did we lose Rama? Okay, so how's Java doing? Java's joining us from
Hi.
Syria.
Yeah, I'm from Syria. I just want to thank you for this great opportunity. It was amazing. It was the first time to just know about LLMs and get to participate in Datathon. It's my first time, so it was really amazing. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you, Java. And how about Nilima, who also did a great presentation? She's still.
Actually,
Hi,
it was
Nilima.
good. Hello.
Hi.
It was good. Actually, I had a marathon this morning here in my country, and I saw the mail really late, but so there was adrenaline rush, I could say that, and in the end, it worked out well.
Oh, I love that. And your dress is matching your name, and you do marathons. You are
You
totally.
ran a marathon today, as in earlier today.
Wow.
I could never.
Was it a full marathon?
It was a family run, 7.5K.
Oh.
It was my first marathon. I didn't ever run on any marathon, but it was really nice.
Wow.
Thank you for joining and thank you for doing what you're doing. What school do you go to in Bangladesh?
I have gone to YWCA Higher Secondary Girls School, college.
No, right now, what university? I'm sorry.
Oh, acha. Right now, my university is Jahangirnagar University. I'm doing my master's from there.
I forgot to ask, Muid and Raihan, are you guys already in the workforce or still in universities?
I had been in working, but besides my master's, but there was a pressure, and I thought that I had to continue nicely and get to prepare for higher studies. So I left that job.
Great, thank you. And Raihan, where did you go to school? What are you doing now?
I just completed my university. I still haven't applied for the graduation, but I am just looking forward on datathons and building my experience on the work in my field.
That's a smart plan.
Which university did you go to?
I'm Northern University.
North South. Got it. Thank you. How about you, Moed?
I'm in my final semester and I'm studying CC. I'm also studying in North South University.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Tanya still on? Can we share the forum that gets everybody's stories? So we've been doing this social media post for everyone that talks about, highlights your background and also what HerWILL has done for you. So if you would please give us your feedback and also share your stories. We'd love to highlight you on social media. And our social media coordinator, Mugadza, is is doing such a great job with them everywhere. You should be able to see our first post from yesterday or the day before on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Insta. So if you don't mind, whoever has the form, if you please join on, share them on the chat, that would be great.
Yes, I'm sharing it.
Thank you. Who else was there? Eva, how was your experience? Tell us. And what are you doing now?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
This workshop was the first in my career. It was wonderful and useful. I learned new information, especially about robotics.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have, what is your background in data science and AI in text
Uh,
process?
I'm studying IT, especially AI engineering in
Which university and city?
Arab International University in Syria.
In Sweden. Great work, Eva. Thank you for joining us. How has this experience been for you?
It's great.
Okay. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining. All
Yola.
right. Great. Who else are we missing anyone? Who else? Yeah, we already shared the form with you. If you would please make a bookmark of the form and share your experiences and a nice headshot, we'll be happy to highlight your story on the social media platforms. Did I miss someone who presented?
Let's see. We had 5 presenters.
Yeah.
I think you guys did a great job.
What Arno didn't say a word. Arno, well, actually, Arno is going to talk, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about all of this.
Yes, I was really impressed by all of the presentations the competitors gave today. I'm really happy to see that they're working on the problem set that we made, and I'm really excited to see that the solutions that they came up with. And I'm looking forward to the future work that they might do. Very hopeful for the future.
Exactly. And they may even join our research team, right? That you're leading with Sayara.
Yes, sure.
Scale it up. Who is this? How about Carol? You wanna say a few words to all of us and how amazing the Syrian participants were?
I speak at the beginning of the event today, but what I really want to say, especially for Syrians, now I'm seeing there's no electricity. I know the difficulties they are going through to attend now and to be like fully participating. It's really difficult, and I really appreciate all the effort they are putting in their presentations. So thank you so much for being committed and being the best representatives of Syria.
Thank you, Carol. Is there anyone who would love to volunteer to give us some feedback on how can we make our programs better, or what would you like to see from us? What would give you an ideal program? Any thoughts at all? We always ask these questions. This is why the feedback forms are so important.
I have one question. Can you tell me about the internship program of the HerWILL? I mean, how does it work?
Yeah, is it Moeed who asked the question? Yes.
Yes,
So
yes.
what we do is we usually do a call to action where we get people, and now we have a campus ambassador program. Actually, you know what? Better than me, our HR expert, Nurjahan Rupa, can explain this better to you. Nuha, you wanna chime in?
Yes, I would love to take that. Hi, I hope you can see me now. So yes, we have multiple programs where you can work with us. It's completely depend on your skill set and commitment level. So we have our voluntary program where you can work in different projects based on, like, for example, if we have a datathon or any sort of take workshop or leadership, we just take some volunteers who is already working with us, maybe just focusing on that project. We also have our campus ambassador program, where if you are actually from any university or institution where you would love to present HerWILL and also all the workshop we are doing, you will be the promoter there, also representing that university or institution to us. So this is the main model of campus ambassador. It's very self-explanatory. Yes, Elena, I'm going to take your answer soon. And the third we have is our internship program. So our internship program can last 3 months, mostly 6 months. We try to focus. 3 months is very crashed, but 6 months or sometimes it can lead with the 1 year program where you work with our mentors, with our leads under their mentorship, and you work in a specific role and or you cross functional. So you actually learn, you gain actually experience and skill set through work on the job. It's more like on the job training. At the same time, you are able to join all the program we are doing, like on leadership, communication, even data science, if we are into that. So you have access to all these resources. At the same time, you can work with us and then learn from us, and you will have a mentor. So these are majorly our three programs where you can actually work with us. And if your performance is amazing, you're doing well, definitely you can join us like as like a team member, and you can work, because I actually joined HerWILL as intern too. And from there, now I'm leading global talent acquisition, at the same time also leading our leadership and DEI program. So I can be one of the example how you can like grow here in HerWILL. And I'm pretty sure if you work talk to any of our leads, they will share the similar path. So if that asks you answer your questions, or if you had more queries about our program, leadership, anything, please feel free to ask.
No, you explained everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It would be great if one of the interns share their experiences, one of the current interns. How about Ramisha or Rumi or Amreen, if anyone wants to share?
I think Ramisha will be
Ramisha
able
would
to.
be great. Ramisha was on camera 2 minutes ago.
Ramisha, we would love to hear from you about your experience with HerWILL through your internship.
Hello, everyone.
I think she has some
Hello,
background.
can you hear me?
Yes,
I cannot see them. Could you repeat what you asked?
We wanted to hear your experience with HerWILL as an intern.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ramisha Tasneem, and I am in HerWILL since March 2024. And I am under the STEM team department under Sayara Apu. And my experience has been great since day one. And I have been learning a lot from different departments of HerWILL actually. And I have learned a lot from the STEM team. I have learned about data science and data analysis. And I have done a lot of things through HerWILL and learned a lot of things through HerWILL.
So let's go deep, dig deeper a little bit. Have you learned about data collection?
Yes, I have learned about data collection. I have also learned about data science, data analysis, Python, Google spreadsheet, then Google
Data
Forms,
cleansing.
data visualization. I have learned a lot.
So different steps of data science you've gotten a glimpse of, correct?
Yes.
All right, so it looks like our judges are back in, and
we are back.
We will pause our chit-chatting and let them speak, and let Yasmina guide us to the next step.
So now that our judges are done deliberating, we're actually going to pass the microphone over to Kevin, who will be announcing our winner. So Kevin, the floor is yours.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you all for waiting. I know it's very late or very early, depending on where you are in the world. We spent some time deliberating because obviously we've seen amazing presentations today. Everybody did amazingly well, but we did come up with winners. I felt like I couldn't do this all by myself, so we'll distribute the work here, and we'll start with Dr. Hossein, who's going to announce our number 3.
All right, everyone, really, really good job. Amazing presentations, and I'm really glad to have had the opportunity to hear about your great work. Number 3 today was Nilima. So Nilima, excellent job. Really liked your presentation. A few things that I'll highlight that we all agreed on, that we all really appreciated that you did. It was clear that you had a very good technical understanding of the model, and you just in general technical understanding of these machine learning concepts that you were using. So that's one big thing. We appreciated all the nice visuals you had, and the last thing, and perhaps most importantly, we really appreciated that you contextualized your findings into some kind of a scientific answer, where you had like one thing in your presentation where you said, at the end, we conclude that we see more gender bias against women in these texts. And because the big picture is ultimately we do all these machine learning things to solve real world problems. And it's important to take your findings and contextualize them in terms of what you learn. So great job. And so our number 3 is Nilim.
Okay, great. Then I'll be the one to announce number 2. Our number 2, the jury really agreed they did an amazing job in understanding the technical part and really looking at this scoring function and making sure we get the most out of that. Our number 2 is Raihan. Congratulations. Like I said, the jury agreed it was, and we asked you about it, right? Why go for this specific model? And you were really able to say, well, this is the scoring function. I'm going to go for a low number of parameters. I'm going to train it very well, and I'm going to get good performance out of that. So for that major technical feat, 2nd place for Ryan. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll move to our winner. I'm sad that I missed this one, so I was not here for the presentation. But there was a complete agreement that the presentation was well done, crisp, excellent delivery of key messages. Even her energy was kind of obvious in the delivery as well. The winner is Jawa Habib from Syria, which is very special to me, right? From the technical part, as the committee, I'm quoting here the committee, given that I was not here. Jawa really had a smart use of models with a good balance in terms of parameters and accuracy. She tried several models, a series of models, till she landed the one that she is proposed, which shows diligent of work, depth in terms of understanding of the technical details, and she was excellent in answering the questions. Congratulations, Jawa, and congrats to everyone who made it here today. And thank you for taking the time to present and to work on these kind of exciting areas.
That's so wonderful to hear. Thank you to our judges for their hard work and deliberation, and thank you for their commentary on everyone speaking today. To those who have presented great work, outstanding work, and to those who won, congratulations. Moving on to more commentary, I want to welcome Sayara Mahmood to the stage. She's going to be handling our closing remarks. Sayara, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Yasmina. Hello, everyone. This is Sayara Mahmood. I am the STEM Bangladesh lead at HerWILL. And thank you all for being a big part of AI for Equality 2024. From the very beginning, as we were developing the curriculum for our workshop series and the Datathon, our main goal was to blend AI with social impact. And your creativity, collaboration, and innovative solutions have truly been inspiring. And I would like to thank our participants, supervisors, and judges for making this program such a big success. And while today marks the end of the journey, I would like to say that it's only the beginning, and we are very excited to continue building more programs like this and pushing for equality through artificial intelligence. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, I would like to introduce Orno. The idea was originally was his, and I would like to pass the floor to Arnob, and I request him to share a few final thoughts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prachi, for giving me the opportunity to share some thoughts. So, greetings to the dear esteemed guests and attendees. I hope you are having a fantastic day. And I'm Arnold, currently working as a lecturer at the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at the University of Asia Pacific. I came up with the idea of the problem set for this datathon as I found that HerWILL's work is aligned with the topic of gender bias. So we created a synthetic dataset using a large language model with help from Sayara. I noticed that most Kaggle competitions do not take efficiency of machine learning models into account. Therefore, we developed a custom metric that takes both the accuracy and efficiency of machine learning models into account. The kind people from Georgia Tech, Rabab and Haider, helped us out by providing their expert feedback. In conclusion, my sincerest gratitude to HerWILL for providing me with the opportunity and support to work on hosting the Kaggle competition. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And without further ado, our final closing remarks from our wonderful Bangladesh lead, the lovely Tahia Islam. Tahia, if you could please say a few words as well.
Whoa, thank you so much for handing the floor to me. And I am so excited to see that. Look, I'm just going to go ahead and say it that we have a female winner. I am just so happy. All of us were like texting each other at the back. I'm just going to just acknowledge and appreciate that. And it means so much to me and to HerWILL because this is what we want to do. This is what we want to achieve. We want to inspire women and girls to participate and involve themselves in STEM, in different kinds of STEM fields, especially in data science and artificial intelligence, so that, you know, they can do this level of amazing work and we can see this level of amazing women, you know, getting the position that they deserve. So I know that everyone in our team are extremely happy. And to me, All six of the top performers have done an amazing job, and top three winners have done extraordinary level of job, not only with their Datathon participation or Datathon submission, but also for the way that they have prepared their presentation, the way that they have delivered their content, and the way that they have been here, engaged with everyone. So kudos to all of you. And this was not a short journey for all of us, but we all thoroughly enjoyed organizing HerWILL AI for Equality 2024. We just organized it, but it would not have been possible without the massive contribution of our research team that includes Sayara Mahmoud and Nurmairu Khan Ornob, our team of instructors, our team of supervisors, our team of magnificent judges who have given their time, energy, dedication to make HerWILL AI for Equality possible. And special thanks to Farhana for letting us be creative as much as possible and letting us be creative in our own ways to design a program in such a way where we can actually address gender inequality and gender bias through an innovative Datathon competition like this. Now, for the next steps, there will be certificates for participants who have participated in Datathon. There will be certificates for participants who have actively participated in our workshops, and we will all be disseminating those certificates to every one of you. And it will take around a week because we have massive number of participants, and I hope that you all will understand that why we are taking much of a time to arrange the certificates for you guys. Our team is working on it. The certificates are ready. For the winners, for the top performers, we have various opportunities. One of the opportunities is that come and work with us, join HerWILL, work with us in any capacity as you want to. You know the team now, you know all of us, just reach out to us. For the top three winners, you will be receiving global scholarships, you will be receiving mentorship opportunities with HerWILL, and you will be receiving some cash prizes. I think these are exciting things, and we are looking forward to having more association with all of you, and stay connected to us. HerWILL AI for Equality and Datathon specifically is one of the significant programs of HerWILL, and we do it every year. We do it globally, and want all of you to be a part of it and learn from each other and be the tech leaders that we want to be. Now, before signing off and before closing the program, I would really request everyone to come on screen so that we can pose and we can take wonderful photos and just celebrate all of us and all of our contributions for the program. Mukadza, if you are ready, please go ahead and give your instructions, and we are ready with our poses.
I actually think Mukadza might be on a call right now. I think I'm the reason for that. So if everyone could please get on screen just for a moment and smile into your camera, I'll be taking the screenshot in her place. So everyone, please, I'll give you a moment to turn your cameras on. Okay. Alrighty, thank you guys so much. Give me 1 second, I'll begin the screenshot. Just please start smiling. Okay, just 2 more seconds. I'm sorry, everybody. Thank you so much. Just keep on smiling. Okay, we're all good. I've got them. Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I know everyone's either hungry or sleepy or has other things to do, so I won't extend it any longer. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottoms of our hearts. And remember, we're not blindly entering the future. We're creating it. And we're so grateful to all of you for being a part of our journey, okay? Appreciate you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Good night or good afternoon, wherever you guys are based. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, and congrats, everyone. Have a great night or a great day.
Hi,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Follow us on social media. Join the HerWILL team.
Good job, Jawa. It was amazing. So we're so glad you won. Do
Great
celebrate,
job.
Emily,
Thank
and
you, Lal.
and all
It
of your
was
friends.
amazing. I can't
Yes,
stop smiling.
you did a fantastic work. Thank you.
Thank
Not
you.
stop smiling. You should not stop smiling.
Yeah, totally. And we'll figure out a way, work with Carol to get your prizes to you, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Join our team. Send us an application. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I actually wanted to say that I would love to see you all as joining us as intern or volunteer. We'd love to work with you. So please join us, whoever here. It doesn't matter you're top six or just a participant, you can always join us. And yeah, particularly the top six, yes, I would love to see you onboarded. So please email us. You can email us on our leadership and you just show your interest. We'll get back to you.
Yes.
Thank you all. This is it.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
We can go ahead and end our meeting. Thank you, Farhana.
Okay.
Bye,
See you
all.
all. Great job, guys. Bye.